If you're listening to this right now, you might want to get comfortable. Maybe lie down or sit in a chair, preferably a very normal one. Because tonight we're going to talk about a chair. Not a famous chair, not a royal chair, just a small wooden chair. Our story begins in the year 1784, which was not a particularly exciting year. Nothing exploded, no one invented anything impressive, and somewhere in a quiet New England town, a man named Edgar Wilkins woke up slightly earlier than he wanted to. Edgar was a carpenter, not a legendary carpenter, just adequate. On this specific morning, Edgar drank a cup of coffee that was already lukewarm by the time he remembered to finish it. Then he stared at a piece of wood for a while, not because he was thinking deeply. He just forgot what he was about to do. Eventually, Edgar decided to make a chair. He chose pine wood, not because it was special, it was simply nearby. The chair was designed to be four-legged, mostly because Edgar had never successfully made a three-legged chair, and 5 legs felt excessive. He measured carefully, then remeasured, then realized the ruler was upside down. After correcting that, Edgar cut the wood slightly unevenly. He noticed this, he sighed, and then he decided it was good enough. The chair did not squeak, but it also did not squeak. It existed somewhere in between. When Edgar finished the chair, he sat on it for exactly 12 seconds. Then he stood up and nodded once. The chair was sold later that week to a woman named Margaret, who needed somewhere to sit while she peeled apples. She did not compliment the chair. She simply used it. For many years the chair lived in kitchens. It watched people eat bread slowly. It listened to conversations about weather that was neither good nor bad. Sometimes someone sat on it. Sometimes no one did. The chair did not mind. In 1812, the chair was moved closer to a window. This was the most exciting thing that happened to it that year. Sunlight touched the left leg more than the right. The chair aged quietly. By 1837, one of the legs was slightly shorter than the others. This caused a very gentle wobble. Not enough to be dangerous, just enough to be noticeable if you were paying attention, which most people weren't. At one point, a cat slept under the chair. The chair never complained. Decades passed. The chair survived fashion changes. It was never trendy, and therefore never embarrassing. In the 1900s, the chair was moved into a storage room. This was a darker time in the chair's life, literally. Dust gathered, then settled, then gathered again. Nothing happened for a very long time. Occasionally, someone would say, "Do we still need this chair?" And someone else would reply, "Probably." And that was the end of the discussion. In 1954, the chair was briefly considered for disposal, but then lunch happened and everyone forgot. The chair continued doing what it did best, which was absolutely nothing. In the 1980s, someone placed a box on the chair. The chair stayed there for 7 years. It held it without complaint. By the time the chair reached the 21st century, it had become slightly creaky, but only when it felt like it. One afternoon, a person sat down and said, "This chair is surprisingly comfortable." No one responded. Eventually, the chair ended up in a quiet room again, and it rested. And that's really it. No dramatic ending, no lesson. Just a chair existing successfully. If your thoughts are slowing down now, that's normal. If your eyes are getting heavy, that's expected. Just imagine the chair, still, quiet, doing nothing. And now you don't have to do anything either. Good night.